Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for another interview. I'm joined today by RAG and the one and only the captain. Let's start this puppy off with a quick wristwatch check. I'm, of course, wearing the GMT, the daily beater, as I like to call it. We got a Rolex Datejust 41 and a Patek 6006. I like the choices, gentlemen. I like the choices. How are you doing? How is everybody doing?
Doing all right. Doing all right. It's a nice Tuesday. January honestly can go screw itself. At least in
It's
from
been a
an
pretty bad, rough
In an
start to the year.
Ontario and Quebec context. January can go screw itself, and here's to a better February.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been
and
rough.
Yeah,
February is a short month too. It goes by quick. 28 days.
yeah, it'll
With
be nice and quick.
Yeah, nice and quick. It's coldest month of the year, at least for us on the East
Yeah.
Coast.
And many of us
Sure,
watch
yeah,
peasants are guaranteed to have to adjust your watch in February.
Right, pretty much, yeah.
That is true.
Let's go through a bit of the chat. We got Perth Luxury joining the show saying he upvoted. Thank you very much. We got Kurt, aka Lone Star, saying he upvoted before Perth. Thanks very much. We got Danger Will Robinson in the chat. He's asking, what is Perth in a Toe's purported purchase of a Sky Dweller say about him? Hey, that's not on the list tonight, but we might have to do a part 2 with the Sky Dweller on the list.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
you'll
it's a
have
good
to
idea.
stay tuned. You'll have to stay tuned what I think. Danger says, will Marco ever recover from Tom Brady's retirement? No.
Even cheaters need to retire. That's all I got to say.
Unbelievable. 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 I cannot believe it. We got Logan Hall saying, evening, you sexy beast, as Mr. GMT would say. Thanks so much for joining, Logan. We've got A Shot in the Dark. Hello, man. Hope you're doing well. We've got Wings and Watches in the crowd. We got David H. We got Basil's Bezels. Roll that beautiful gear footage. Yeah, that was Brian who actually made me that intro. Shout out to Brian. I hope he's doing okay. I know he's dealing with some friggin' crazy problems right now. So yeah, not ideal. Definitely not ideal. We got Juan O joining us saying upvote people. Thanks very much. So yeah, I wanted to do a segment tonight talking about what does your watch say about you? What do you think? What does your watch say about you? I guess I'm very opinionated, right, when it comes to watch. I'm going to drop the link, by the way, if anybody wants to join. Drop the link. I'm very opinionated to begin with, so maybe this can get spicy. When I insult a few people, people are going to hate me. They're going to leave, unsubscribe. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I saw the title and it was very, very, very interesting. Very interesting. I know you're excited about this, Marco. But the one thing I'll say, and I'm curious if the list and the work you're doing bear this out, but context matters, right? When it comes to your watch, right? Sometimes a watch will say something about you, but if you wear if you wear something, like an RM, gardening or whatever, going to the supermarket, right? Like what does that say about you? So context matters a little bit.
Well, I don't think it's just context. I think it's also, context is very important, not just in what you said, sorry. I mean, also it's important in like the current market, right? So if we were judging like a Panda Daytona, I don't know, like 6 years ago, we would have said, yeah, it's a Rolex Daytona. It's great. Maybe not as iconic as the Speedmaster, but it's cool watch. But if we were to do it nowadays, you're a show-off loser, and we hate
Poser,
you. You're gonna get flamed, right? You're gonna get flamed.
Yeah.
Right. Danger says, you opinionated? Nah.
Exactly. Danger.
There
You
you
got
go,
it right.
guys.
You got it right, buddy.
Yeah.
Correct.
Nothing could go wrong with this show, right?
No, of course not.
This will be not controversial.
What could possibly go wrong, as they said on the Titanic?
I'm a very nice person. I feel like I'm a nice person. I just give the honest feedback for the punters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I give the honest feedback. Okay, so let's start off. I think the first watch is a Tudor Black Bay 58. Personally, I think this is a beautiful watch. Very like retro style. I love the gilt accents. I think what this says about you is you're kind of just getting started in the watch hobby, or you're a longtime collector who appreciates kind of like vintage style watches, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like you're either getting started in the hobby, because I think the Black Bay 58 is very much what the Submariner used to be, right? That very budget tool watch, great like first luxury watch purchase. Or I think it's somebody who just appreciates watches with kind of a vintage style, somebody who's been collecting quite a while. I think it's one or the other kind of thing.
So you're the second one I can definitely see where, you've gone through the wild, crazy tour of getting crazy esoteric watches. Then you're like, you know what? I just want a good salt of the earth watch. Right. That's nice and well made. And that's this. Like right. I totally see that.
Yeah. I think this is like an old shoe, this watch, it's like
in the nicest way though. Shoe. I think you mean that in a nice way though.
Of course I own it. So of course. But I love this watch. This says that you are, a solid collector and you're, and the reasons I got it was because of the gilt, because it was a throwback to my original sub of 2000. And right. It's just a quality tool watch. And I think Tudor obviously hit it out of the park when they came up with the 58, when they came out with this. And yeah, it's just a beautiful watch, and doesn't you don't have to shoot the lock off the wallet too.
Speaking of shooting the lock off the wallet, we got the Wizard joining us.
Oh, Wizard!
Right on. We got
shoot the lock off the wallet.
Oh no!
I just want to get this real quick. We got
is that a copyright infringement?
Your friend Mike with a $5 super chat saying, "Hello everyone, wear your watches." That's right, guys. You gotta wear the watches. Hello, Uncle Stefano. How are you doing, man?
What's up, Nev?
All's good, man. All's good. We got Juan. Your friend Mike says an old shoe. LOL. Yeah. Oh, Peruka's in the chat. Peruka, jump on, man. You got to jump on.
Juan That's that idiot that Swiss doesn't like, right? Peruka.
Right, we got.
Peruka's pretty suspicious. I wouldn't let him on.
No, me neither.
A little dodgy.
Yeah.
Suspect on Peruka.
Yeah.
Juan O says that I'm waiting for my AD to call me for a Submariner watch. You know what? That's not a bad take.
Actually, that's
it's a placeholder.
Why is the crown open?
Why is this guy on here?
I can't. You're right. I didn't even notice that.
No, I don't know if it is, Steph, on his watch.
Yeah.
The crown is open. What do you think, Marco?
It's possible. I just got this off the internet, to be fair with you. We got Andres Borghetti with the $20 super chat saying, "Good evening, gents. Great panel. Marco, you are the man." Thank you, Andres. Always a pleasure, man. Thank you very much for the $20 super chat. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Andres.
Yeah. So Tudor Black Bay 58. That's a good point from Juan. The AD. I'm waiting for my AD to call me for a Submariner watch. I don't know. I don't think so. I think the Tudor is very much a great watch in its own right. I think it's very much a great watch in its own right.
I literally had a hard time getting this watch. I went to the AD about 4, 5, 6 times when it wasn't in cases, probably about a year or so ago. And I really wanted to get this watch. And so about the 4th or 5th time when I was there, it happened to be in the case. There was one in the case because I had given up, basically. I said, "You don't have it anyway." They said, "Oh, which watch you're looking for?" Of course, they're trying to sell me the other Black Bays, the 41s. And it happened to be in the case. I said, "You don't have it anyway." And I said, they're like, "Oh, what are you looking for?" I said, "The 58. They said, "Oh yeah, we have it right here." Pulled it right out of the case.
Boom.
There it was. But it took 4 or 5 times. And then actually it got me into that lottery and I got the Bumblebee. Yeah, but it wasn't for that reason. I did not buy this watch to get into some lottery. That came later. That came down the road. So yeah, I think you buy it outright,
Interesting.
Don't hide fat choy. That's all I gotta say.
Exactly.
I don't know what that means.
Happy New
Year.
We got the Watch Wizard with the $20 super chat. Thank you very much. Saying for the KV fund, LOL. Yeah, I gotta put it towards the maybe the discount Kari, the 1950, the discount Kari. Maybe I gotta get the discount Kari. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of making me a little nervous and anxious. I don't know what happened, but Archie was backstage for a minute, which was a little weird. Because I have not spoken with him literally in months. Like, listen, I don't want to get into all that. So
he needs some of your 80,000. He's trying to buy a car and doesn't know if he can the finance.
Yeah,
buying
man.
a BMW.
Listen,
why does he need a BMW?
A little strange. I'm not gonna lie, a little strange. But yeah, I don't really know what to say. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I don't want.
He's burying the hatchet and not in your skull.
I don't want anything to do with that. Yeah, no thanks. But yeah, Black Bay, I think it's a beautiful watch in its own right. I don't think Juan makes a decent point that I'm waiting to call me for a Submariner. That's not a bad point, but I don't know. I think I see it more as like an entry level starting model for someone who is just kind of getting into the watch hobby. Does that make sense? I think it's the new Submariner. It is the new Rolex Submariner.
Yeah.
I guess.
In some ways,
it replaced the Submariner as your first luxury watch. Like you want a first luxury watch, you get this. Does that make sense?
In today's day and age, yeah, I guess.
Yes, but I will tell you though, Tudor, Stefano knows this all too well, that Rolex's reputation as even when you can get them, way back when you could get a Submariner, I don't know, what is it, 10 years ago, 15, 20, Rolex still had that marketing prowess, right? The name Rolex always. So you're getting, the Tudor's a respectable brand. I have two Tudors, so I love Tudor, but
let's not forget Wimbledon.
Right.
Let's not forget the Olympics.
Yeah.
Right.
Goes on and on.
All the sports,
major golf tournaments.
Rolex.
Yeah.
We got Juan O saying Tudor makes a great watch at that price point, hard to beat, and every collection could use one. I don't disagree. We got Quicker Than Drawing joining us. Hello, Quick. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope all is well. All right, so let's move on to the second watch, I guess. I think what does this say about you? In my personal opinion, it's either a great starter watch, somebody who's just getting into the watch hobby, or someone who's been collecting for quite a while, right? Just looking for something a little more vintage, a little more off the beaten path, good value for money, and just offers tremendous watch.
What's the price on this, Marco?
About, I don't know, 3,800, 3,700 US.
So
on a Black Bay, like a good starting luxury watch.
Yeah.
Yep.
The second watch, maybe I should have put this first, is the first ever men's wristwatch, the Cartier Santos. What do we think, gentlemen?
Classic, iconic.
I love this watch.
Yeah.
Like I love this watch.
I think it's like sophisticated sportiness. You can't go wrong with Cartier, right? It's classy.
It's the Maison Cartier.
Cartier.
I would say that it's the non-horological flex.
Yes.
In a sense.
Yes.
Even
their quartz, I don't mind. Because they look beautiful.
They look great. They're
simplistic yet eclectic.
Yes.
And I'll be getting one, but not that. I had the extra large chrono. I sold it to Nico, but I'm gonna get the drive now.
I admit
I love the drive.
I would love to get this on a metal bracelet in large. Be a very happy man. Very happy man.
You'll get both. You'll get the metal and you'll get the.
Oh, that's right. The strap comes with, right? When you buy it at retail. Yes.
Because it's quick release now.
Yeah.
SLC says pure style and class. I tend to agree. Juan says classy AF. Yep. 100%. I think 100%. There's no question about it. I think that's the best way. Like, it's just a true icon. Just beautiful, classy. Yeah, that's it. Just beautiful, classy. Somebody who is. It's interesting because the Cartier Santos is becoming like a bit of a hyped up watch. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like people are kind of turning more to the Santos than ever since you can't get Rolex at retail. Like what else gives you like a good bracelet option? And I think the Santos very much is that. But I think it's still very much a pure watch. It hasn't been molested by Instagram hype or anything like that quite yet. I hope that doesn't happen, but we'll see. The jury's still out on that one. Yeah, because these used to be, a little cheap, to be honest with you, or much better value than they are now. These have started to get pretty expensive, to be honest. But yeah, it's just very sophisticated, elegant.
Yeah, I think the median's about 7,000 list US.
7,000? I think it's actually about the same. It's about retail then, if it's 7,000. Jeez. Alrighty. Yeah, I think this one is pretty easy, to be honest with you. Santos, classic icon. Timeless.
Classic
beautiful.
icon. Sophisticated.
You want it dressy, put on the leather strap. You want it sporty, put on the stainless steel bracelet.
Is it a single? Would you say it's a single watch, one and done?
Ooh, there's no such thing as one and done. One is not a collection.
If there was such a thing, I'd say it qualifies because it has steel or leather or rubber. You can even get rubber.
Yeah.
So,
But one is not a collection, so you can't only do one.
Yeah. I mean, it's as close. I can't think. Be hard pressed to think of another one that would.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of be the all arounder.
If theoretically one and done was a thing, I'd say it's definitely up there.
I mean, this can go. This can go in water as well. I mean, it's 100 meters. It could even be 150. I don't know.
So you could go swimming with this.
Yes.
You can. I don't know if it has
It's got a screw down. Though. It looks like it does.
I don't think so. I don't know if it does. No, I don't think it does. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's still water. It's still watertight. It's still water. Anyway, no watch is truly waterproof. They're all water resistant. But yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Well, except for maybe the deep sea. I don't know.
Yeah, actually, I mean, if you sink that far enough in the ocean, I'm sure that'll be that will succumb to the pressure. Yeah,
sure, of course.
Gabby says Explorer 1, best one and done. Yeah, that's a good one. I think a sub or a GMT. Actually, a GMT is probably the best one and done.
But if it's one and done, how do you wear a tuxedo?
Well, that's right.
But you can with the Jubilee bracelet, though. You can with the Jubilee bracelet.
You can, but
it's not proper. It's not
classical dress requires a thin watch with a leather strap.
So Cartier with leather, you could pull that off.
Yes, definitely.
It's a better candidate actually than the Explorer 1.
Yes,
technically, to be fair. But the medium is actually even better than the what's it called?
Than
because
the large.
Time only. Because it's time only.
Yeah. That's right. I want the large. I want large, and it has the time. Right.
Yeah,
right.
That's what she said, but that's beside.
Alrighty. Next, guys, GMT isn't on here yet. Let's save the street.
Yeah.
That part's coming. Part 2.
Right, his ears are burning right now. He heard a dirty joke. He heard a dirty joke, and
the after dark segment. We have to hit. We'll get there. It's not 10 o'clock yet.
Yeah,
exactly. Your friend Mike hit the nail on the head. Squale, best one.
Oh my lord! Sounds like the super rat. What's he called? TVG or whatever?
Right, exactly. We got the IWC, what I like to call the little pilot, even though it's technically the big pilot 43. I like this watch a lot. I mean, what's there to say? This is, again, another classic kind of iconic watch, reformulated, so it's not like as big. It's actually more usable and wearable for every day.
I love this. Love this too. But does this say anything different about you? I'm thinking about it. It's just a great practical watch.
No, I think this shows you're kind of a watch collector, if that makes sense. Well, yeah, this shows you are a watch collector. IWC is a little off the beaten path. You definitely have looked into watches beyond, Rolex and Patek Philippe, or should I say Rolex and the 5711. So, I think it shows good taste. I think it shows style. It shows, definitely a tip to history. There's no way you buy this watch without knowing what goes on, what went on behind the design, the hands, etc. Right?
I'm surprised you like it with 43 mil.
It's a lot of it's too big for me, but I still think it's a gorgeous watch.
It also
Prince.
Le Petit Prince is great. Yeah, that's another excellent one.
Better size for you, right? 41.
Right. Yep. 100%.
I could say that.
I hope they update that line, to be honest. The movement is old and what have you. They still use off-the-shelf movement on that. I think this is better. Sorry, go ahead, Cap.
It could say that you're a fan of, aviation, perhaps, or like.
Ooh, that's yes, yeah, definitely.
Right, you're kind of adventurous. You like, pilot type watch. But I agree with what you guys were saying. It is off the beaten path, even though IWC, we know them and very well, but it's not your Patek, your Rolex. It's not the safest choice. It's a little bit dare to go out. I don't know if it's on a limb, but it's just not the typical choices. But it's also attainable now. So I think more people are buying IWCs because they can get them.
Yes.
Right. Get them over Rolex.
But it's a beautiful watch.
I agree.
We got Mario G chiming in and says one of the best one and done is the Aquaterra, in my opinion. It's good. I wouldn't say it's one and done, but it's definitely a.
It's a great watch. It's a great watch.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know if I see it as one and done though. Can you really be satisfied with just an Aquaterra? Well, one is not. One and done is nonsense, guys. Stop this one and done.
Yeah, here we go.
There's no such thing.
Here we go.
There's no.
There are people that can afford only one good watch, man.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. I mean, respect.
Actually, I respect one good watch as opposed to,
100.
Yeah, as opposed to some Tag Heuer Longines that's my buddy.
Or 100 Invictas. Sorry, Tommy. Yeah.
Invicta. I hate that as much as Nico hates Hublot. Maybe worse.
I was poking fun at our friend in the chat.
I like that.
I have to tell you though, a vintage Longines.
Yeah.
Oh, is he in the chat? Yeah, he's not going to be happy.
No, but I agree with this statement from Juan here that it is probably that it's not usually your first watch. It's that this is something you upgrade to, or that's something that you step towards. Yes.
Yeah. From a Seiko or a Citizen or a Tag Heuer. Yeah, I'd say that.
Yes. It's definitely. Yeah, your friend Mike said, I think IWC is a watch person's watch, 100%.
Yes.
That's what I was kind of aiming at, right? It's somebody who's starting to get into watches. They're, somewhat serious collector. It's definitely like not a first watch candidate. You actually put some thought behind buying this, and it's definitely a more serious watch. There's no question about that.
Right.
Super chat, Marco.
Yeah, I just want to read this. SLC Watch Collector says, I tried the rose gold Aquaterra on earlier this week, and it was for sure interesting.
Cool.
I don't know. I think you got to get the steal. We got Lou with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Saying, hey Marco and all, I love the Big Pilot 4-3, but was waiting on the new Ingenieur before I pulled the trigger. Only have room in my collection for one IWC. Lou, I'm right there with you. I'm praying. Really praying they come out with a new Ingenieur. This way I can save a ton of money and not buy a 1942 and just get the Ingenieur instead to hold me off while I pursue other endeavors. Like, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I would 100% wait. I would 100% wait, see what they do with the Ingenieur line. If not this year, then probably next year. I think they would be crazy not to do something. Because
so the Ingenieur is your favorite IWC watch model?
Yeah, 100%. I would love to see
more than the Pilot or more than the Master Compressor or?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Over all of those. I would love to see them come back out with this right here. Hold on, let me pull up a picture.
The one that looks like the General Genta. I know which one.
Well, it is a General Genta watch.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sorry, like the Patek or the AP, actually.
Exactly like this. I want it to come back 100% like this. Brennan says, I like IWC more than Omega, but IWC is also, like, in terms of, like, the tier, they're definitely a better brand than Omega as well. I mean, I don't know many perpetual calendar Omegas. I think they make a tourbillon, but it's not really, like every brand makes a tourbillon now at this point. IWC is definitely a much more, kind of prestigious brand than Omega, in my opinion. No question about it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, no question. So, yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you, 100%. So, yeah, definitely a much more serious collector. Nice watch. I love this. Really do love this.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Superb. Now, is that a fact, Marco, that the Ingenieur is coming? Is coming? Have they announced anything on that?
No, they have not announced anything. Although I'm still praying that they will.
That would I can't imagine. I don't know why they wouldn't, right? I mean, that watch fits what everyone's going for these days anyway with steel sports.
Right.
Makes no sense. I like that Ingenieur. It's nice.
Yeah, they're definitely going to come back with it. It makes no sense for them not to come back with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Logan Hall says even Squale is coming out with the tourbillon. Yeah, I mean most brands are making tourbillons nowadays. It's not it's not a shock.
I know I've asked this before. Tourbillon is just a watchmaker flex. There's no practicality behind a tourbillon.
The only one that actually makes a difference is Grubel Forsey angles their tourbillons at 30 degrees, which actually has some kind of anti-gravity component to it. Like there's a specific reason why they angle it like that. I forget why. I should really know, but there is actually a specific reason for it. So
because of the draw of gravity.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But there was some other thing, if I'm not mistaken. I just can't remember what it was. But yes, otherwise everything else No, not really. Tourbillon is just it's
Flex.
literally just aesthetically pleasing.
Right.
Yes,
I
FP
love
as
an
well.
Navitimer.
FP has the vertical tourbillon as well. That's a good point. 100%.
I love it at 46 mil.
Mm.
So, Danger wrote a great comment.
Oh, let's see. We said
One up.
Danger says waiting for the day Invicta releases a tourbillon.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Next is the Navitimer. I love this watch. This is icon.
Oh, I hate.
Yeah, but you probably like in the 41 or 42.
Yeah, I like definitely the smaller version. I think if you have to get it, you got to get the 43, which is the classic size. Isn't the 43? 43 is the classic size.
Yeah.
It? Yeah, I think that's 100%. 100% what I would go for. Again, I can't pull it off, but yeah, 43 is the classic size.
So is this what would this say about you, that you're really into the history and the lore behind this style of watch? And
You're gonna be a pilot. You're gonna be an engineer. It's got a scale.
yeah,
There's a
sliding
couple
rule-
things that it can say
sliding
about
rule,
you, right? Yeah, pilot, engineer. What else?
Lover of Breitling, like I am.
I think again, it's like IWC.
I love-
right?
I like-
It's not
I
your
like
first
Breitling too.
watch, right?
Mhm.
It actually takes some thought because it's not a hyped up chronograph, even though it's one of the most iconic, right? It's right up there, I think, with the Daytona, the Speedmaster. It's very underappreciated for sure.
right.
So yeah, I would say all those things about it. But yeah, again, it's definitely much more serious, like watch guys kind of watch because, what's it called? Like it's not a first. You don't buy this as your first watch.
Yeah,
But yeah.
that I agree with. This is not.
I
the
would
first
say
one.
also, look, this watch to me, this is beautiful. This
It
is
is.
a watch that's going to get noticed,
Yes.
right? This is a watch
Yeah.
that's going to get noticed. I wear a lot of watches and doesn't matter what they are, and no one knows what the hell you're wearing. Like, okay, a Rolex is a Rolex or some other ones, but this watch, people would be like, "Oh, what are you wearing?" It just seems to draw people in. So I think it's kind of someone who, maybe doesn't, wants to be noticed.
Right, wants to be
Not
noticed.
seeking attention, but in a way, in a kind of like, hey, I'm
Yeah,
confident.
in a good way, right?
I could wear that watch.
It's
a good looking
definitely
watch.
like a conversation starter. I think that's what you're looking. It's a conversation starter watch. You know,
Mhm.
like somebody who's looking to get noticed. Yeah, that's a great way to say it. We got Lou with a $2 super chat saying my AD said the new Engineer 100%, old one is discontinued. Yeah, so I mean, I'm praying
Okay,
that
new engineer, 100%. Okay.
that they come out with it. That'll be great. We got Timely Behavior join us. Hello,
Hey, Timely.
Time. How's it going?
Hey.
guys?
How you doing?
Doing good, man. How are you?
Playing the game of what do you call it? Waiting
Trying
for
to get a
test
Rolex
result.
at retail?
Oh
Oh,
yeah, no, wrong game.
That's not that game.
No, so I started feeling a bit off. Took one of those rapid antigen test things, and had to
Oh,
go
no.
get a PCR test and waiting on the result. So quarantined myself in the corner of the house.
Oh shit, that sucks, man.
Ah,
How are
dude.
you feeling?
It's a big house. It's all right. Yeah, not too bad. A little bit
Okay.
average, but
Good to hear.
it is what it
Good
is.
stuff.
The Black Bay from before. Sorry, just to digress. It reminds me of the old 52 Submariner. What is it? 6204, I think it is,
Yeah,
or
6402.
6402.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6402 actually. It'd be 6402. I'll pull
There
it
you
up.
go.
I believe
It reminds me a bit of that watch, except the bezel's different, obviously. But markings are all in the same spot. Writing's all in the
62
same color.
That's the one. Yeah, 6204. You had it right the first time.
There you go.
Yep. Here we go. Yeah, 100%. I tend to totally agree. It's right up
So
there.
obviously,
Yeah.
the Tudor has the
Yeah.
coin edging on the bezel, and this
Mhm.
doesn't. But I mean,
And it has even the river bracelet, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
so
These are super rare too. And yeah,
Yeah, I
Tudor
know.
Black Bay also it'll be like a two-liner. I think it's a two-liner actually. Let me double check.
and you can
Sorry, it's
also
three-liner.
get away with wearing it in a white tuxedo jacket and black pants too.
Well, yeah, if you're James Bond, of course you can.
I don't think so. I don't think so. We got Juanjo says Navitimers to watch actual pilots wear from experience. I think so. I think it's
I know
definitely-
many pilots who wear that.
that or the GMT. I think is also another good choice. But they're unobtainable at retail. So not
Speaking of
anymore.
GMT, I think he had one of these as well.
Who's this?
Mr. GMT. I think he had one very similar to this. He had a Navi.
He did have one of these, but similar, but he actually ended up selling it. Juan says low-key Breitling is class. Kern has done. Yeah, he definitely has done. I like also the re-editions. What they've been doing re-editions, really nice.
I don't like the all black. I like the white subdials on it, whether it's blue or black, regular dial. I like the white subdials.
Breaks it up nicely. Yeah.
Yeah, the contrast makes the blue pop even more.
Yes.
Quick says the OG Navitimer was 41 mil. Okay,
yes,
there you go.
Yes.
So that's what it needs to be. It needs to be
about the late 80s. Yeah.
Monkey C Production says, don't forget they supersized the Entrepreneur last time. Make it again, and I'd buy it 100%. I hope they just listen. They don't need to change it.
It's 40 mil.
Well, it's not just that. So the Entrepreneur, the original design, right, the 1832, I believe is reference, was a Gerald Genta watch. The design was perfect the first time around. They didn't need to change it. They just needed to the Nautilus still looks the same or very similar to the original Nautilus. The Royal Oak, likewise. You don't need to change something that is timeless, that they got right the first time around. Just go back to what it originally was. We got Watches and Giggles in the chat saying, Marco, I finally caught a stream of yours. Hope everyone is well. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. And Mario says, I really like that Breitling Navitimer. My favorite aviator has to be the Lachine Lindbergh. Awesome piece.
Oh, yeah.
That's a tough one.
Two in stainless steel.
That's a tough one, yeah. But I would still say I would still take the Navitimer personally. We got Watches 24 in the chat joining us saying, yo, boys, thank you so much for joining. Alrighty, moving on to the next one. A Panerai GMT. I want to bring at least one
dial.
Yeah, I wanted to bring one.
It's an interesting choice. Interesting choice.
Yeah. This is the one I recommended to somebody earlier in the chat. It was Bob, actually, Bob NYC. So this is actually a Panerai GMT. Now, what's cool about this is, if you'll see, you don't even see the GMT hand in this picture. The reason being is that you can actually hide the GMT hand under the hour hand. So it becomes a discrete GMT hand. Does that make sense? And then you get the date. I think it's great because it's the Luminor, so you get that crown guard case. I personally prefer the Radiomir. That's just personal preference, but most people tend to gravitate towards the Luminor. So, I think this is timeless, another timeless icon. What do we think? What does this say about you, though? What does this say about you? Maybe you're a Sylvester Stallone fan. What do you think?
I think it says
or Arnold.
You're not interested in retaining value on a watch. Like, you really could care less. Right. You're gonna wear whatever the fike you want to wear, and you don't care what anyone else says. It says you're confused because you have a GMT Panerai. So you're like bipolar.
So I'm going to give a slightly controversial take. Maybe it isn't, but it shows you're a real watch collector, right? Pam is not an obvious choice for many people starting out.
For most people,
You asked the original question was, I think, if you're a Stallone fan, what does it say to you? I think it says,
get to the chopper. Yeah. SLC watch collector. What is the size?
It says you're a Panerista.
The size is
Paneristi.
42 millimeters. It's actually 42 millimeters. I believe the reference is a PAM 1535. I'll double check for you.
Is it 40 or 44?
It's actually 42 millimeters, which I think is a great size.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's much more manageable. I think you could definitely wear this.
The dial reminds me of something like Pam and a Audemars Piguet.
Yeah, like a tapestry dial. Yeah, I really like this dial. The only critique I have is it's a sausage dial as opposed to a sandwich dial, and I prefer sandwich, but it's very minor.
You're Italian, of course. You like sandwich.
So can you explain? Can you
hand gray, not blue?
Can you explain the difference? I apologize. I don't know the difference between a sausage and a sandwich.
So there's two type of dials that Panerai will do, right? So one is applied lume, like you have on here on the actual dial,
right?
Which is that's the sausage dial, right?
Right.
And then there's the version. Here, I got the watch right here.
And the sandwich dial is $2.
The sandwich dial basically has a sheet of loom and then dial on top, and then they carve out.
Oh yeah, okay,
So
that's what
actually
there's a term for
out.
that. Okay.
So I don't know if the camera will
Yep,
actually.
that's cut out.
It actually like has, you can see the cutout in person.
The writing's more in. It doesn't stick out.
It's
Right.
indented.
So
The
loom markers will never fall off of the sandwich. You know what I mean? Like they won't ever fall. You know? Yeah. Okay. All
No,
right.
they won't.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's
They
I
underneath.
agree
anyway, but
100%. Yep. Juan hits the nail on the head. Says Panerai says you're not afraid to take chances and buy what you like. I think specifically when it comes to this watch, it's a very measured choice. It's very classic Panerai. It's not, ostentatious or out there. It's not huge. 42 mil case size, I think, is good. You actually put some thought behind the purchase, especially this. It's a GMT, so maybe you're kind of a traveler who needs this kind of watch. I think this is great.
The crown guard's kind of out there though. Like I mean, you're saying the watch isn't really out there. The guard makes it kind of out there.
Right. I don't love the guard, but 42 millimeter.
That's what stands on the Panerai.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a statement. It's got a ton of wrist presence. Again, another one of those, look at me, but like it's a big watch. Like I'm wearing my tool.
It's a statement piece, right?
It's a tool watch statement piece. Panerais always look great.
All right, we got a question from Watches24 saying thoughts on the PAM 212, my only PAM. So I'll be honest, right? I do got to be honest. I would not get a chronograph from Panerai. It's just not my first choice. I don't think their chronographs are what they're known for to begin with, and certainly not a flyback chronograph. I don't think is a good idea. So not my favorite watch from Panerai, but I still, I don't mind it. It's just, it's not my favorite.
The GMT PAM that you just had on, are you able to bring up a picture of the GMT hand and how it hides behind if you can find something?
Well, yeah. So
I just want to see what it's like, eh?
Sure. So in the actual picture, you can see what's it called? Sorry, not this. I don't want this. In the actual picture, you don't see the GMT hand, so it's actually hidden underneath the hour hand.
Yeah.
You see that? Versus, for example, I'll pull up a picture of the actual watch where you do see the GMT hand. There we go. Versus this, where you actually see
the
GMT hand itself. Does that make sense? Lou says sandwich dial is the better of the two. I tend to agree.
It's interesting, Marco,
but it's not a deal breaker. I don't think. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Does it have an AM PM indicator on there?
No.
Because it's just okay.
Well,
so
tell you the GMT will tell you.
Right.
How?
Well, what do you mean? It goes around once every 24 hours.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't see the 24-hour markers on that dial. Where are the 24?
You're supposed to figure it out all on your own.
You have to use a little brain power for that.
Right, exactly. It might be a 12-hour GMT though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I might be. Actually, you're not wrong. I don't know that. That's actually a good question.
The captain
that would be
rarely wrong,
be a dual
man.
time though. That would be a dual time, not a GMT.
Stand back.
We got Todd in the chat. Todd Levin. Hello, Todd. Hope you're doing well. He said, I heard
Tiffany Daly says.
I don't make shit up.
Tiffany Blue Dot. Tiffany signed. Sorry, Tiffany signed. Tiffany Blue Dot.
Yeah, and then Stallone is spruiking it. Yes.
All they had to do with this watch was put in indicator, just a little pip somewhere on the dial, red or white or something like that, or blue or white to indicate AM PM, and it would have been.
Yeah, like on the Aquanaut. Yeah. Watches 24 says I got married wearing it. Can't sell. Yeah, that's totally understandable. I'm just I have to be honest. It's not. Listen, it's not my first choice. Panerai is not known for chronographs, right? They're mostly a dive watch company, but I still don't think it's a bad watch.
That's kind of one of the reasons that I was looking hard at GMTs. I ended up with the Tudor GMT before I got the other one. I was looking at not this particular one, but because this had the tapisserie, but the GMT, they have one in. I know they have a blue dial one, and probably that. I don't know if it's black or kind of the matte black one. I was looking at those GMTs pretty hard, but ended up going with the Tudor instead. But it's a nice watch. I think for Panerai though, with the diving history, I like that submersible. And I know
that's a big watch, man.
Submersible is a modern piece. You got to get the Luminor.
Yeah.
Luminor is the classic piece.
Yeah, but it looks nice.
We got Juan saying, and I tend to agree, I would get the one with the Minerva movements. Although I will say this, Mont Blanc has, I believe, they own Minerva, the company, where they bought out some kind of factory that had a bunch of old stock movements. Minerva was not like a hugely successful or popular movement company, if that makes sense. Like they weren't that well regarded. They were like run of the mill. Like Lemania is a much more prestigious chronograph company than Minerva was. So I don't know. Charging people $40,000 for one it's not great. So next up, Omega Speedmaster 321, the Ed White. What does this say about you? It says that, again, another one, a serious watch collector. You get something with a Lemania base caliber, the original, kind of movement that went to the moon, not your traditional Speedmaster professional that everybody else has. So again, you put some thought into it, in my opinion. It shows you have good purchase history because these are fucking hard to get at the AD.
Yeah.
Just not, yeah.
And you spend double the money.
That's right. So again, yeah, exactly. You're spending basically double the money for a Speedmaster, right? So it shows that, well, maybe these do sell over retail. So maybe to a certain extent, it does get, some hype, but it's not really a hype watch at all. Not like the Snoopy is, for example. So I think this is a great piece. It shows you're a real watch collector. Love this watch. Love this.
And
by the way, I like the segue into this watch, the Lemania piece. Yeah, going for the speed.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
it was nice. Yeah.
Mario hit the nail on the head. The 321 says you're a nerd, watch nerd or space nerd, but a nerd nonetheless. You know what? Mic drop. That's the best way to describe
Absolutely.
it.
Hey,
I think that's actually the best way to describe it, Mario.
I would agree.
100%. Hit the nail on the head. 100%. This is a nerd watch. Nerd it up.
A nerd watch, that's good. That's a good looking watch too, to boot.
It says, if I'm going to the moon, I'm doing it in business class.
I'm doing it on Blue Origin,
TV,
baby. I'm going on Blue Origin.
First class meals.
Right. Peruka says, why cover only hype pieces? What about an old 50s Paipan Omega Seamaster? Peruka. This is a serious watch show. Okay, we can't be bringing up these side shows. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean it's a nice watch. It's just not my style. I like to cover watches I actually would want or wear, or that you can either flame or roast. Something funny, cool, or fun.
But just on that as well, the Paipan is going.
Plus, I
up
like
in
modern
value
watches.
More recently, like I'm seeing the prices of them starting to go up, and they're taking all the other constellations with them, like the C shape and all that. So
interesting. Plus, you guys know I'm not I'm not a vintage collector, so it's just not I can't speak about a watch I don't know, right? Todd Levin says even Roger Smith said the quality of this movement is downright legendary. So I agree with the Lemania 2310. It's probably I would say it's probably the second most famous chronograph movements. Probably outside the Valjoux 7750, which is probably the most well-known because it was the most used. But this one here, they suck because they actually don't regulate this at all. They did not regulate this movement whatsoever. So the tolerances are huge. I think it's like plus 10 to like minus 11 or something crazy like that. Gee. For a $14,000 watch.
Actually, it says you don't care about accuracy and you don't care about being late.
Yes.
or early. That's what it says.
Right. Or you don't have to worry about being late.
That's right. Yes. That's
Lou with exactly the $2 super chat saying 321 versus B01. Any thoughts? Both column wheel. I mean, I would have to go 321, no question. The B01 movement is just not even close.
But and 321 is more of a history play than the B01.
It's more historical, no doubt about it. And I would say this as well. The B01 is a relatively new movement. The jury's still out on it. Actually, I hear a lot of watchmakers say it's a very unreliable movement, and it's a real fun time to service. So, and again, it's manual wind versus automatic. I would always choose manual wind, just more prestigious. So, it's much harder to do manual wind chronograph.
I don't understand why they're hard to get. I have an AD in Toronto offering me a 321. I'm like, no, I don't like Speedmaster. Sorry.
Well, hold on. What do you mean?
I don't get it.
Pass it on to your nephew, Uncle.
Let's defer this chat for later, shall we?
Why aren't you telling me this?
Let's shut this down right now.
Okay, if you want it, kid, I'll reach out tomorrow and tell him, hold it. I want it. And I'll drive you to Toronto to pick it up.
How many can he get?
I don't know. I'm sure if we buy one, he'll give us another one.
And that's all we have time for tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, exactly.
Marco's
Show's
about to
over.
go buy a watch. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Hey guys,
mystery
I'm hopping
solved.
on the first bus to Toronto. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
You, Captain, you'd buy the 25% off a list here because your money's worth $1.26 versus $1 here.
Wow. I thought our currency was collapsing globally. That's good.
Yeah, right. Not in Canada, brother.
Not in Canada, man.
Swiss francs, it's having a hard time.
You guys going to cover any independence here? No, not this show. But Todd, if you want, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. We can do a show covering independence.
It's a great point.
I want to do like multiple part series. We can.
Yeah, this was the non-independent. To answer it, this was the non-independent, and by independent, we're talking about the Jorns and the Navitunes and Carries and
Smith.
The list goes on. Roger Smith. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's more so like we didn't want to start covering all these crazy obscure kind of.
We could do a vintage show. These are all great ideas for other shows.
Yep.
So Peruka, stay tuned.
Yeah, 100%. Actually, let's get Peruka. Let's get Todd. We gotta get Todd and Peruka at least. Oh yeah, he is.
Swiss doesn't like that guy Peruka, and he bans him.
Right. Yeah, we gotta get rid of him. We got Ryan Singer in the chat saying he upvoted. Thank you very much. Yeah, we spent way too much time on this, especially because I just want to pull that comment up. Where
upvote. Let's go, boys.
Please. Mario, again, I think you hit the nail on the head. 321 says you're a nerd, watch nerd, space nerd, but a nerd nonetheless.
We covered
or both. You're a watch and a space nerd.
Ooh, here we go, guys.
This
is going to be a
watch nerd. Speaking of watch
controversial one. The first controversial one.
Sorry, guys. Not
a JLC Reverso dual face. What do we think? What do we think? What does this watch say about you?
It says, I can't afford a Rolex. No, sorry. I know there's a lot of you guys love this. I don't see the beauty behind it.
Okay, here's what I think, okay? When it comes to the Reverso, again, I respect it tremendously, right? But when I see just a traditional JLC Reverso dual face, I think you put almost no thought behind the purchase. And it's what I call the watch to get horological kudos. And let me explain what I mean by this, okay? What I mean by this is it's like you have a collection full of Rolex, but you get one Reverso just so you can say you're a watch collector. Does that make sense? As opposed to a Rolex collector?
Listen,
I don't
originally this watch was designed for polo players, so you can flip the watch and have stainless steel instead of breaking your crystal. After J&J Lecoultre had started doing dual faces, where's the protection? Where's the hype about the polo watch?
See, I don't mind the dual face. I do like the dual face, but I like it's like the Speedmaster. I don't like the traditional Speedmaster, right? I like the special models. Same with the Reverso. I like because it actually shows thought behind the purchase. You know what I mean? Like
Would you buy one ever?
A Reverso? Yeah, I like the Tribute Moon. The Tribute Moon is really nice. It's a little big on my wrist, admittedly. That's why I can't buy it, and I don't want a medium size.
The reverse, a JJ Lecoultre Reverso is big. Are you crazy? It looks like I'm wearing a kid's watch.
Yeah, no, I have a small wrist. I have a 6 1/4-inch wrist. It's like
you're wearing a 40 millimeter Bruce Wayne, man.
Yeah, but the lug to lug on it is great. It's perfect. It's the lug to lug.
I used to really be into this watch. It was the one that I wanted to get, and then eventually I saw one in the flesh and played around with it, and it's not for me.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I don't dislike it, but I don't love it either.
I'm with Todd. Boo to this watch. Boo.
No, I think he's talking about the fact that we're not talking about any independent. Peruka says this watch says you are going after the AC3 stars.
Yes, Peruka.
Another reason.
That's the best comment right there.
I totally agree.
You want the horological kudos.
Yeah, that's what kudos. But does that make sense? Does that make sense why I call it the watch? There's not really any thought. You're just like, let me throw in a Reverso.
Right. Let me check the box.
Yeah, you got to check the box. So many people doing that.
Though having said that, I mean, I could see it appealing to a lot of people, right? I mean, the only other
I've never owned one and never will.
I could see the Cartier
Drive.
Yeah. Or a tank being a competitor to this type of watch, right? I'm just trying to think of
the tank to this, because of the shape, the rectangular shape.
But this is more sporty though. This doesn't have the classic Cartier design, but
no,
this is the JLC. You know, it has their own.
Plus, it has the ribs top and bottom.
Language. Right.
But if you like
sporty.
this, you would also like the Santos as well, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Another great point. I would say for me, I would go with the Santos over this.
Yes, because for me, Cartier Maison Cartier is more classical,
right?
More elegant.
So,
Lou says you buy what you like, not what you don't like, to show you gave it thought. Right, but I don't like the traditional Reverso because it's just like it feels like people buy it again. Cap said it perfectly, to check off a box. Like, oh, I got a Reverso now. You know what I mean? Like, I can call myself a watch collector.
Yeah.
Like JJ's Reverso, right? The triple calendar. I think that's a gorgeous piece. You know what I mean?
I like his a lot.
Again, that shows like thought behind the purchase and what have you. So that's what I mean, more so.
So if you got money to spend, why don't you buy a Lange Sonne that makes one like this?
Oh,
you know, Lange makes a watch like this, right?
Yeah. The square ones, but those, I don't know, they're not my favorite. Not my favorite. I'd rather a Tank American.
What's a better watch, a Lange or a JJ LeCoultre?
Yeah, but they're completely different price points, no?
Yeah, well, if money's no object and you want to check the box, you know, what the hell?
Right.
Just get a gondola.
I think there
you go.
That's really, you must really love that.
American. If you want this ship, I think Tank American is where it's at.
Yeah, Tank American, Tank Française, they all have rectangular shapes. Yep.
Monkey C Production says, I have a tribute to 1931 Rouge Ultra Thin. Also have the Tank Louis. Love the classics. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yes.
Gorgeous. Peruka says, to be honest, many people do the same with Speedy, Santos, or Tudor. But that's why I like having the different versions. See, like Quick says, love my Tribute Moon. Y'all are nuts.
Mama.
See, I like the Tribute Moon. That's what I said, right? I like the Tribute Moon because it's not the traditional Speedy. You put some thought into the purchase, right? You're like, I just don't want a regular one. I want to get something different. So you actually there was a thought process behind getting that. SLC says the gondola. Yeah, Cabaret. That's the one. Yeah, of course, Lange is better. It's definitely a better. Oh, he meant monoface. Yeah, the blue. Oh, yeah, sure. He has the blue monoface. But again, not the traditional Reverso, so I like it. Lange is definitely better, but it's also double the price of a Reverso. It's not a fair comparison. So what does this say about you? It says nothing good in my personal opinion.
It says
like you buy it to check off a box.
It's all cool, man.
It's cool, man. Come on my show, man. I love you, man. That's what it says. Alrighty, I had to throw this one in here.
Here we go, baby.
The watch of the decade, the GP Laureato.
This is where it all started. Back in 1972, Gerard Perregaux.
I like this version, actually, the Onyx style. I do think this is nice, but overall, What do I think about this? You're watching too much Timepiece Gentleman on YouTube. That's what I think this watch says about you. What do you think?
It says, I wanted an AP, but Anthony convinced me otherwise.
Right. Veruca says this one means you also own Spider Monkeys.
All right, so let's put aside the TPG thing for a second here. Like, what does this actually say about you? Though, unfortunately, TPG has soiled this a bit. I admit, I will agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Buff Boy. Now we're talking Buff Boy shit.
Yeah.
What's the value of one of these compared to an AP? I don't know.
So Laureato's about what, maybe 10,000-15,000, right in that range somewhere, Wizard, right?
Yep. So
somewhere like 10-15 Canadian, or US also probably, and then AP is at this point like 50, 60, 70,000.
Yeah.
Completely unattainable.
So it's not a fair comparison then, right?
No.
Yeah, no, not at all.
So would you like this watch on its own merits, or would you be liking this watch because you can't get what you want?
All right, let's get into that. Logan Hall says, glad we're seeing the return of PowerPoint this evening. Last time Marco made a PowerPoint presentation, he knocked it out of the park. What the hell? What are you saying? This time sucks? Thanks, Logan. I appreciate
Glad
the
we're
vote of
thinking.
confidence. I appreciate the vote of confidence. So if you bought this before TPG started hyping this up, I actually think it shows a lot of thought. The Laureato was the second watch with an integrated bracelet ever made after the Royal Oak. It came out before the Nautilus, before the Ingenieur, before everything else other than the Royal Oak. So second ever. So everyone who says, they knocked off the Nautilus bracelet or the AP bezel, I guess I can see kind of. But yeah, a couple of years ago, I would have said, yeah, you actually put a lot of thought into buying this piece and ultimately getting it. But nowadays, I think it says you're too easily influenced by watch YouTubers. Yeah, the Defy Skyline looks the same, or it looks similar, but it's just not as nice, not even remotely as nice. Ooh, Monkey C Production says, I respect GP. I've worn the Onyx style, and it's amazing. It's my favorite by far of the model line. They don't get enough credit, but to be honest, the design reminds me of a Bolt.
Not just of a bolt, but a bolt that you probably don't have the size socket to undo.
You know what's cool or interesting at the very least? By the way, Ari, I don't know if you know, but you're muted, so we can't hear anything you're saying.
Sorry.
The bezel is screwed on. It's actually not one piece of it, so it's actually screwed on, which is a little weird. And that's actually how they service the watch. They take off the bezel and then pop off the dial, have you. So yeah. Turtle Knight says, I'm still waiting for the animation and sound effects on the PowerPoint. They're coming, man. That's going to be in 2023. That's my resolution for next year.
Does this watch watch could also say you're a speculator?
Ooh, like a hype watch investor.
You're a speculator. I mean, it's a nice look. I like it. I actually think the design, this one, the Onyx one, let's be clear, like this one looks good to me.
Right.
Because of the spinoff, right? The buyout.
Right. It's the hottest new independent watch brand, right?
Them and Ulysses Nardin.
Ulysses Nardin and Gerard Perregaux. Here, Todd, these are your independent watch brands.
Two-headed monster. You want it? You got it, Todd.
Right. You wanted the independent watches. You got it. These are
GP.
The hottest.
So you're speculating, it's a little bit of a speculation play. Like where does Gerard Perregaux, go from here now that they're going to be out from under the, the big corporate the conglomerate of Kering?
Kering, yep.
Yeah, and I think I thought there was another group that owned them. But yeah, I think we hit it. I think we covered it.
Yeah. Yep. I think I like it. I don't love it.
Could you be buying it in hopes that it takes off like
right? Speculator, right? SLC says if we put our speculator hat on, this watch for sure has some room to stretch legs. Yeah, definitely. I tend to agree. Lord of the Flex says TPG thinks there's room in something similar, but less like a whole bunch of people think Tudor is. It might work for him in LA in Twin. Yeah, but the problem is why would you buy a GP Laureato? If you want something similar looking, you just get a Tissot PRX.
True.
Just get a Tissot PRX. No, I mean, you save yourself about 10, 15,000 and get a PRX.
Please tell me a PRX is on the list.
We'll see. Monkey C Production says, since we were talking about 80s watches, how about the Hublot? No, we don't talk about that brand on this show. Come on, guys.
I wanted a Hublot watch on this show, on this segment though.
No,
it was veto.
No, yeah, I vetoed it all. Peruka says, let's be serious. Problem of the Laureato is they're too pricey. I mean, no, I don't think so. The modern ones have an in-house movement, a better movement, like they upgraded the movement significantly, more shock resistant. It's better for the watch itself. The finishing of the actual case and bracelet is really nice. I think it's unfair to say they're too pricey. The dial is actually really nice too, the hobnail dial. Yeah, so I don't think price is that big of an issue. Turtle Knight says we need to all buy the GP and jump on the hype train. Package it with a spider monkey. How about that white? Yes, I love that watch. I think that's a great watch. GMT white gold meteorite. And last but not least, Monkey says, no, I'm saying why not just save if we're advertising, right? Think about what he just said. If we're advertising the Laureato to teenagers, wouldn't we just advertise the PRX, which is like $800, way cheaper? much more affordable, similar design. If they're not watch guys, right? They're non-watch guys, right? Teenagers, just like, I want a nice looking watch, on a metal bracelet. Get a PRX. It's way cheaper. Save yourself $10,000 plus bucks. So yeah, speculator watch. This is what it says about you. The speculator.
Yeah. You could either turn out to be really smart or really stupid.
Speaking of speculation.
Speaking
of speculation.
Here we go.
Speaking of speculation, a $60,000 chronograph. Right, 50. They're what, 50, 60,000 now, Unc?
What, this?
Yeah.
No, not yet. 45.
45,000 for a Rolex Daytona.
Well, what's worse, that or 36,000 for a Tiffany Blue $6,000 OP? Come on.
Unbelievable.
That surpassed this shit.
I'll be honest with you guys. I tried this on in London. I tried this on in Ireland, and both
I had
times,
it.
Right, it's true. At both times, to be honest, I was not impressed. It's like it's okay.
It's not
all right.
impressive, man. Sorry.
It's a nice watch. It's a Rolex Daytona. It's very, it's cool design, very interesting. But is it that
Cool,
great?
man.
I'd take a Speedmaster 321 any day of the week. I think
no.
this watch says
Great.
tacky. Tacky.
Tacky. Even I'm going to say tacky's a bit strong. That's a bit strong.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I had to lay it on thick.
My
241, my 6263 is even tackier than.
Well, they've become kind of tacky. I mean, that's Instagram's fault, though.
I would say, this is flex territory, though not ultra obnoxious flex territory, but you're in flex territory with a watch like this.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Hype.
Yeah.
It's hard to say what kind of collector. This is it's a watch that is very hard to discern what kind of person you are, because if you see it on someone's wrist randomly, right? You get the questions. Did you buy it on the gray market? Did you buy it from
real?
AD? Is it real or is it fake, right? Why did you buy this watch? What's so special about it? Did you just get it? Like, there's so many questions that come with.
You'd have to see what he drives and what he wears, so you can tell.
What's his other? What are the other watches in his collection? The jury's out on this watch. On this watch, I think the jury is out. That's the best way you can say it. You gotta. It's just too hard to know what I think of a collector without knowing, kind of what else he has. So yeah, that's it. I think that's the take.
It's for Bitcoin millionaires, man.
Right. Logan Hall says a bit harsh. Panda Daytona is one of my favorite Rolexes. I don't know, man. I don't think it's not
all what it's cracked up to be, especially for the price.
It's not that impressive, I see $50,000 price tag, and it's like, ugh. Oh boy.
See, that's the problem with the watch itself, is what it's become due to the price increase. If you got one at retail and you love the watch, it's a good looking watch. I mean, it's got the history, for better or worse. The Daytona, the failed space history. Now that then they morphed into this Daytona. Sponsorship.
Look at Cap. He's learning from what I've been saying.
And I know all about that, man.
No, you know all about that. I'm just kidding.
Have you guys seen where the Platona's gone without the diamond out?
How much is it at?
163,000.
Fuck. Are you kidding?
So,
why?
Why?
Slap a Tiffany doll on that.
I don't know. I wish I knew. I even know somebody in Dubai that paid 174, brand new, fully stickered. Here you go, 2022, 2021.
What's wrong
November.
with
You
I'm
bought
sorry.
it for 174,000, but then again, that's oil money. So who cares?
Right.
All right.
Like
Just
me
real
and you
quick.
spending 1,500 or I don't know.
Yeah, it's buying a bag of chips or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look at this. Peruka didn't understand. He said, in Marco's logic with the Laureato PRX, why get this when you can get a Pagani design? Because Pagani design is not a respectable watch. Like a Tissot is actually a respectable watch.
Yeah. Pagani's pretty fugly.
Right. Well, it's not just that. They're fucking garbage. Like, they are Chinese-made garbage churned out by the tens of thousands. Just pure.
And these Parmigianis are cheese.
It's pure garbage. That's the
Parmigiani.
difference. PRX is at least respectable. There's a huge
But in
difference.
saying that as well, the the other one, it's a direct copy of this, whereas the Tissot is actually going back to some of their vintage range.
Exactly. It actually harkens back to the history of the PRX, even though it still looks like a Rolex Oyster Quartz with the Royal Oak dial. You know, it's still there is history behind that watch.
PR 150s or 200s or something like that that it harks back to.
SLC Watch Collector says it's hard to read the time and the size is small. The red font looks fuzzy. Yeah, it is. Actually, it's a very busy dial. It's super busy, way too busy, to be honest with you. And it is hard to read the time. I agree. Yep. I totally agree. Alrighty, next watch. This is a knockout watch. What do we think of somebody who has a Lange datograph? This is a serious collector. That's
beautiful watch, not for me. I like the Lange Big Date, Lange 1, or the Honey, the new Honey. But this is a serious watch.
Yeah, this is a serious watch. You buy this, you're a serious watch collector. Yep.
And you better spend serious cash.
Yep.
You have serious cash. Yeah, you're a serious person, right? You're not you're not fighting around.
You're definitely a watch guy.
And right, you're 100% a watch guy.
You're all in.
The datograph over something like, let's say, from, I don't know, like that's not to say like Patek isn't as good or Vacheron isn't as good or whatever. This is the first in-house movement in, you know, a chronograph movement in, I don't know, since Lemania made theirs, right? So I think this right here is like serious collector. Put a lot of thought behind this purchase. Baller, shot collar, anything you want to say. Yep. Ooh, Peruka says this means they couldn't get the equivalent Patek. Stop it.
Oof. You know what? He's kind of not wrong. He's kind of not wrong.
Whoa. Okay, I want to hear this take. All right, 1 second. Logan Hall says, I think the datograph is undervalued. Actually, they're not undervalued at all. They've gotten very expensive nowadays. What do you think, Ari? Tell me.
I mean, so let me ask this question. Again, I'm asking for a discussion, not to cause shit. All right.
No worries.
Like who would buy a Lange over a Patek? I mean, and maybe he's kind of joking a little bit, but I actually don't. Yeah.
No, Lange has a much better finish and much better movement than a Patek.
Right. That's one part of it. I think also it's the history, right? This kind of threw the Swiss watch industry into a frenzy when it was originally released. In that, I mean, the year before, right? Patek released the Patek 5070, which was a Lemania base manual wind chronograph, right?
Okay.
The year before this was released, right? And then Lange released this the next year. It basically shat all over the Patek because Patek was using an off-the-shelf movement. The finishing on the 5070 is nice, but this is, you know, a little more unique, different. It's not what everybody, like they didn't see this before, right? It was very unique, very different, something completely new and fresh. And I think the Lange is definitely more of a watch guy's choice than a Patek. Like the Patek manual wind chronograph, maybe is a little bit more obvious. I think depending on the version you get, it might be a little bit more of an obvious choice, whereas the Lange, it's more of a watch guy's choice. Does that make sense?
All right, right. And so maybe maybe we're talking different personas here as to who I think the buyer is. So the person who wants the flashy, really nice, what's considered to be the ultimate watch. Do they gravitate towards the Patek or they gravitate towards this? And that's sort of where I'm coming from. Like I think we're talking different personas here.
Right. Say that one more time.
Right. So in the people who are in that price class,
yes,
right, who want to get what I would call the ultimate Swiss watch, right? Like from a more of a mainstream perspective. Yes.
Yeah, it's two different things. If you want the ultimates, like for example, right? Take somebody like Jonathan.
I'm talking perception here. I'm not talking like technical reality. Like this is my position. Right.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's compare like two different collectors, right? Like take someone like Jonathan, right? He's German, so he's going to back the German watch. So it's a very obvious choice for him, right?
Sure. That's an easy one. Yes.
Right. Now take somebody, I don't know. Let's take Captain, right? He owns a Patek. He's talked about wanting to own this specific watch, right? The datograph. The reason is it's very different from what everybody else has, right? Like it's hard to explain.
Okay.
it's hard to explain in that they're both beautiful. They're both technically incredible. The finishing is, top-notch quality. It just comes down to, I guess, personal preference, right? Do you prefer the case, the movement, the layout of the dial, the big date at 12 o'clock? It's all very much personal preference. Like, for example, take SLC Watch Club. He has the 5170P, right? It's a fucking gorgeous watch. Are you kidding?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's beautiful.
I think it's absolutely incredible, right? Would I knock it or would I take this over that? No, I think they're both phenomenal watches. I think the Patek is a slightly more obvious choice. I don't mean that in an insulting way, right?
Yeah.
I just mean like it's a safer choice. That's a better word. It's a safer choice.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the
it is. This is a harder. Yeah, you're paying $100,000 for a Lange.
Yes.
I mean, top-notch engineering, German.
Right.
It's built. It's a heavier, more substantial piece. But on the flip side, if you put them side by side, the Patek is kind of more refined, if you will.
Right. It's more elegant. It's very elegant, understated.
Yes.
This is a very
and it's safer in the sense that it's Patek. I mean,
value retention, Patek. It's timeless. I think this is very timeless also, but I think McLovin hits the nail on the head. I think that's a little harsh though. An educated collector can also buy a Patek chronograph as well.
I totally agree.
Again, it comes down to
really
just
buy either one.
Nitpicking.
You probably
an
educated collector might buy the Patek just because of Patek's history.
Exactly.
And the way they perform in the market. I mean, it is like we said, if you're a collector, I mean, it's a substantial amount of money.
I wasn't talking technical supremacy. I was more talking exactly how we're talking right now about this. Yeah.
But yes, I think it's definitely an educated collector who owns this watch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it more educated than someone who owns Patek? I think that's unfair and harsh to say. You know what I mean? They're both incredibly well finished. I think anybody who owns a manual wind chronograph from, Longa, Patek, Breguet, Vacheron, AP. Well, AP doesn't make manual wind, but let's say, I guess the remaster chronograph, take the AP remaster chronograph. All of those are exceptional in each of their own rights, right? It kind of comes down to personal preference. That's more so what it is than anything.
I'd agree.
By the way, thank you, McLovin, for the $2.79 super chat, saying an educated collector buys ALS. I tend to agree.
But
Lou says longer shows you gave it more thought. Right.
Yeah.
Does
he have one?
Patek or is it Patek? Because over here in Australia, Patek is something the cows roam around in.
The Patek?
Patek, if you cut it short, Patek Philippe, if you say the whole name.
Well, technically, so the Swiss are French, right? So it'd be Patek Philippe.
Patek Philippe. Patek.
But yeah, let's not. I mean, anyway you say it doesn't matter as long as it's not Patek. It's a Patek.
Yeah. Well,
Patek.
Alrighty, let's move on from this. Let us move on to.
Oh, here we go.
Speaking of which,
yeah, I mean, you got to get a couple fun watches in there. What do you think of a
flex?
I wipe my ass with $100 bills in the morning.
I couldn't afford a Tiffany dial.
I bathe in $70,000 of cash.
That's right.
I bathe in Creed.
Yes, basically.
Yes. But you know what? Here's the thing, right? It's hard to, again, it's kind of like the Daytona. It's hard to judge somebody who you see wearing this because what if they bought this what if they bought this
$33,000? Big deal.
Right. 5-6 years ago, Stefano, nobody wanted this watch.
No.
Right? So it's like, well, no, actually, he might have just bought this because he owns a couple other Pateks in his collection. So it's hard to actually judge somebody just off this watch. You need to know a little bit more. What do I think in modern times? I think it is a little tacky. I mean, it's like the Instagram fleckers own this watch. This is
this polka dot denim shirt's tacky too, but just saying. I don't
disagree. Monkey C Production says the beauty of Patek is in the thinness of their watches. If longer could slim down. Yeah, I tend to agree. The thinner profile is very nice. I much prefer it. Ooh, Lou says it's a Surgeon. Okay.
Yeah, could be.
All
Could be
Swiss
the London
bankers
watch
have
collector.
a 5711. Ooh, you see so many in the Geneva. This and Daytona. Interesting. I didn't know that.
Hmm.
Must be their bonuses.
Let's send the boys from
Wiz, it's their bonuses for sheltering money.
yeah.
For sheltering money. Well, it's here you go. You can have the Nautilus, guys. Enjoy it. Yes, SLC hit the nail on the head. The clasp feels so cheap. Excited to see the update. I will be honest with you. I tried every version of the Nautilus in London except for the 5990. And I got to be honest, when it comes to the 5711, it has like a small little thin clasp, right?
Yeah.
Where you pop that open and then you have to pull the thing, right? Like you actually pull physically the bracelet. When you're pulling on, I mean, you're wearing a very expensive watch. It feels like you're going to break it. Like it feels a little flimsy, a little, I don't know. I hope they update it. I really do hope they update it. Lou says, my friend who is a doctor for Colorado Rockies has one. Interesting.
Of course he does. He has $1 million salary.
Right.
At least.
Right. So what do I think about this watch? Again, I think it's kind of like the Daytona. I need to know a little bit more about the person. But if I'm just seeing this on Instagram, my initial thought is, what a tacky watch. This guy's a hype. He's like trying to flex on people like he owns this. And
Did you try it on, Marco?
Yeah, of course.
What do you think?
The size is great for me because it's a smaller watch. I mean, on you, it probably looks like I don't know.
Yeah, ladies' watch.
Like it's like a cereal, like, you know, a grain of cereal.
Yeah,
it's like a Rice
Krispie.
Right, it's like a Rice Krispie.
I'm in love with the 8990 though. The 8990 I'm in love with.
The 5990 you're talking?
The all gold with the blue dial.
Right. That's nice.
Isn't it 8990?
Yep. McLovin hits the nail. 57. Oh. Yeah, but the pre-ceramic Rolex bracelet, the clasp was much better. The clasp on the, like that little flip thing is so flimsy. I don't know.
It's flimsy. It's flimsy.
It's super. I don't like it at all. So yeah, I need to know more about you. Ooh, Monkey C Production says, give it a year and John Mayer will do talking watches and Longo will be even more out of reach. Does he have an extensive Longo collection? I don't think I've ever seen him with that many.
Do you know what the John Mayer green dial Daytona is up to now, boys?
Let's talk 120,000, let's say.
132 today.
I mean, it's unbelievable. That doesn't make, I mean, we say that with every watch, it doesn't even make sense.
But again, list price doesn't matter anymore. It just doesn't matter.
Right.
And I got a great meme. I think I shared it with you boys on your chat rooms.
Crazy. Oh my God, it's crazy. All right. I had to throw another one. Controversial one. An RM Bubba. What do we think about the Bubba Watson?
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Right. The fat Joe.
So
you saw that, right? Fat Joe.
So the question that I have here is, can you treat all RMs the same, or are there some RMs that are more that are less controversial than others?
Oh, that's Bubba Watson, man.
See, here's the thing. This is the most muted, and I think if you get this, you know what? Respect. Like the Bubba is the only one I actually like and respect. Like I don't like the Nadal. I don't like the chronographs or anything like that. I like the Bubbas. That's it. The only one that I like.
God.
What do you think, Wiz? Am I crazy?
The Bubba or the baby Bubba? Because there's two Bubbas.
This exact version. This version.
Okay.
The white. The white is the better.
You know how much that watch is?
It's expensive. What are you talking? It's like $450, isn't it? Like something like that.
Higher, way higher.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
Oh,
SLC says, I drive a hot pink Lambo. McLovin says, does less than nothing for me. Purpose says, this RM is beautiful. Would give it a solid.
Three Lambos to keep the price on this one.
So here's the thing, though. The Bubba Watson, in my opinion, is the RM. If you're going to get only one, right? This is the one to get. It's the least. It is still a tacky watch because of the hype surrounding it and what have you, the type of collectors who own this. But it's the least tacky of the RMs. The engineering is phenomenal, right? This is a movement by Renault and Poppy, completely shock resistant, right? Totally shock resistant. So I think you have to respect the engineering that goes on behind it, despite your thoughts on the brand and the watch. I still think if I were to see this in public, an RM, what does this watch say about you? You buy into the hype. Yeah, you buy into the hype. Bucks. Yeah, you got I mean, you're a sucker. It says sucker
Either
on
old
your
money or Bitcoin billionaire.
right. It says sucker on your forehead. But I think if you bought this, at retailer for a reasonable price, like Peruka said, I think for 150,000, there's merits to owning it. 100,000, but 400 plus thousand is ridiculous. Yeah, forget it. No way. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Now juxtapose this with something like this, like a Frank Mueller yachting or a Vanguard. What does this watch say about you?
That you can't afford a Richard Mille, but you want to have that. You want to have that tonneau
design. This is the OG
that tonneau
design.
case. Well, this is more horologically significant, right? I mean, from
not
the technology part, but from a historical perspective, it is
the design perspective.
An amazing movement, guys. He's a great watchmaster.
Right.
Yeah, Frank Mueller was a tremendous watchmaker, although he's not with the brand anymore. But this was the original.
They still have him on their website. I don't know.
This was the original tonneau design?
Yes.
RM even said, Richard Mille himself said he copied the design design cues from Frank Mueller.
Yeah, of course.
So you know what? I don't dislike this watch.
They make quite a few Vanguards. I don't like this one, but they make other ones I like.
No, this is a yachting.
They do. And Wizard, you would know what's they're trading at a significant discount to retail.
Yes, they are.
Are you saying, is there any demand for these?
30 off, don't buy it.
Right.
At least 40%. At least 40% off.
I mean, the problem, I guess, people, when they wear it, they're going to have the folks that might say, oh, you couldn't get a Richard Mille, as ridiculous as that is.
Yeah, right. Okay, sure.
Right, sure. Who cares?
Personally, I'd rather wear the hated brand by Nico. I'd rather wear a Hublot Spirit of Big Bang. I think it looks more classy than this, in my opinion.
Yeah, than the Frank Mueller or the RM.
Then, if you can't afford to be the hype RM, I would go with Spirit of Big Bang over a Vanguard.
Okay.
Just me.
No, it's good to know.
Peruka
I love the Spirit of Big Bang.
Only Russians tourists buy Mueller at retail.
Well, we're not Russian tourists.
Thank you for joining us, man. You take care of yourself. Thanks a lot.
Good night, quick.
What do I think of this right here? I don't love it. What does it say about you? You can't get a Richard Mille. You can't get a Hublot, so you get this instead.
Don't say that.
I don't like these watches.
Hublot, man.
Cap, I gotta bring you.
I have money burning. This is like JJ, dying to buy something quick, and so he's like, "Oh, what can I buy?"
I hate these watches. I think they are tacky. I don't like them. I'm sorry, Cap.
So you put them in the same class as you think the Richard Milles are tacky as well. Is that just because of the tonneau case or what? Like this one, I mean, there's so many different dial variations of this brand, and I like the titanium. I don't like the one with the steel bezel either. I mean, I think there's one in titanium that looks nice, but I think the Spirit of Big Bang is the nicer watch. If I were to go with one of these, I think the Spirit of Big Bang would be the choice.
Who
do you think it's the worst?
And this is a good one from Toyota.
Oh, we got Toyota Mo with the $10 super chat saying, "Good evening, fellas. Cool topic. I just think a lot of people feel the need to be accepted." By the way, I'm going to drop the link. Peruka wants it. I know he's in chat. I think he's in bed. I just think a lot of people feel the need to be accepted by their social circles. That's why they will buy hype models. We're in the 1% that are in the know.
Yeah, but guys, the average office or corporate environment, you wear any of these watches, they ain't gonna be wearing shit like this. Trust me.
Right.
You might find in 100 people, maybe 2 wearing a Rollie. Maybe.
Yeah. Actually, you're kind of right. I mean, Toyota Mo brings us back to reality, right? I think we act as if like these watches are all super common, like everybody owns them and what have you. It's like, oh, you're like a douchebag collector because you own a Panda and a Pepsi and what have you. I mean, I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think sometimes we can be a bit harsh. Toyota Mo bringing us back to reality, He's not wrong. He is not wrong. He is not wrong. Monkey C Production says, what does it say about the collector that has a Pepsi? I like the Pepsi. Daytona? Not so much. I'd rather a 3-2-1. 5711. Cash in, baby. Cash in. Longa one, I like. Depends what Reverso in the collection. Needs some work. Needs improvement. Needs improvement, if you want my honest opinion.
If you bought them all at retail, you're a smart bastard. Better than Bitcoin. Go sell them now.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
That's true.
If you bought them all at retail, I would keep the Longa and the Pepsi and rebuild.
I think it says I think it's a safe. I think it says safety. That's
you know what I would say?
Says.
I would say
safety.
Monkey.
Daytona paddock for sale now.
No,
these
what
are
I would
all
say is
safe
this.
choices.
I would say Monkey C Production needs a paid review from Marco Ferrante. Submit it to my email, watchcardinal99@gmail.com. What do you guys think?
Yes.
There you go. No, I mean, listen, I think, yes, it's a very safe collection, no question. I would keep the Pepsi, the Longa, and I would rebuild. I'd cash in on the Daytona.
You know what, though?
Cash in on the Nautilus. I'd sell the
Most
Reverso.
people, for 99.9% of well, I guess the average watch person, right? That's not doing this all the time. That's a tremendous collection right there. You have a Pepsi, a Daytona, a 5711, a Longa one, and a Reverso. Right. If he's paying up for all the pieces, then you're just chasing the hype. You're buying a Pepsi, check the box, the Daytona,
buying the Flex.
Longa one. Yes.
Oh, there we go. There we go. He had to bring that in, didn't he? Of course he did.
Oh, come on.
I had to bring up this specific reference, right? It's a 15300 black dial. I really like this model. I think I know somebody who owns this, but I'm not 100% sure.
It looks familiar.
Yeah,
I think the person who's buying this, is really sort of respecting the homage to the PRX.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually brought this one up because the other day I was researching, not this watch, the 15500, but my research kind of brought me to this watch. Now the 15300, obviously it's 39 mil size, which is is the original jumbo size of the 15202, and this is the first ever in-house AP Royal Oak. Did you guys know that?
No,
sure did.
I think if you get this watch here, it actually shows a little bit of thought. And you don't get the blue dial, right? You're not overpaying for just a dial color. I like it, Cap. I think it's a very good pick.
Why would people do that?
Out of the Royal Oaks, this might be the one to get. You get a running seconds hand. The only thing I do have to critique one thing.
It hacks.
It hacks. I do have to critique one thing though, Cap. You know what it is? The day window. They did not match the color of the day window with the actual dial.
True. And they also, they changed that. I think in the 15400.
Right.
Yeah, this watch says you're a jackass and you should have gotten the Tissot PRX.
The Tissot PRX.
Totally. Yeah, the stupid imitation.
So I am that jackass. But I'll tell you this. Yeah, I like it. Look, the blue dial was the hype piece, and I was fortunate. Who knew the hype that would kind of surround this watch? But I did think about it in terms of the 39 because I had a 15400 or a 500 pre-owned that was also available, same price point. So I felt historically a 39 would, matches the jumbo. So, I think it's a great size for a watch too. Even though I could fit a 41, I think this is more universal. Like a 39 is just perfect.
I think
it looks. I like the aesthetics of the watch. I just kind of I gravitate towards this over the Nautilus, even though I like the Nautilus too. But
you know what I like too, which I think is a little underappreciated and still has a lot of room to go up, is the 26315. That's the 38 millimeter chrono.
Okay.
I like those too.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up. Let me pull it up. I think if you're going to buy Royal Oak, actually, these are the ones I would get. I would get the 15300 and this one right here, because this will be huge, especially like in the Asian market, because it's 38 millimeters, which is a little smaller.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a nice looking watch.
I would get this. I mean, instead of like a 15500, which had gone bonkers in price over the last couple of days, I think this is really nice.
Putting aside the mechanical challenges with an AP chrono.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because you do have to mention that.
They're not as bad as everybody thinks, man.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, how many times do you actually engage the chronograph? It's not that many, to be honest.
My 15500 grade die, I paid $26,000 US. I was offered 48,000 yesterday for it.
Why don't you sell it?
No.
Why
Because
would
my
you keep
son's
that?
an ass. Dad, not yet. What do you mean not yet? I go.
What are you waiting for?
No, Dad, I'm not selling it. It's not even yours, bitch. It's mine. I told him.
Ooh, Monkey C Productions, you guys do a show. I think I've done a show before on like underappreciated watches, but that's a good, you know what? That's a good topic. If I haven't covered it, let me write that down. Otherwise, I'll forget it. Underappreciated watches.
He says watches that no one wants. So I guess
Yes, underappreciated
Hublot,
watches.
Invicta, Seiko, Citizen.
He's not doing Hublot. Well, he might put it on the list,
Wale.
but he's not going to like it. I'll have to say that secondhand. This is the best picture of this watch I've ever seen. This looks like in mint condition, but that second, the date window. I'm sorry, mine. It's not white. It's kind of an off-white.
It's like a cream.
It's like a
yeah.
cream.
I wish they matched it, but otherwise, yeah.
And it kind of bugs me too. This is actually in much.
It's the only
actually
criticism.
nicer.
Otherwise, I do like this.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's pull up the next one. What is the last one? Oh no, sorry, second to last one.
Oh, historique.
You know what?
If you have a
I
1920
knew you would put this in here. I knew you would put this.
I think
in
this is a serious. This is like a watch guy again. A
I
watch
want the
guys.
platinum one.
I love this piece. I mean, what does this say about you? It shows class. It shows style. It shows elegance. It shows. It's just a beautiful watch.
It shows
It's a-
history.
It's a watch. It's a watch collector's watch.
Yes.
It's a racing. It might be like even
Yes.
somebody who enjoys like cars, like a automotive, like a somebody who enjoys
driving.
car. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's another one. Yeah, this is just. I mean, this is a beautiful watch. What does it say about you? This is class, pure class, pure class. That's what it says. I can't do it. Forget it. I think this is.
Is it someone who drives like a vintage Porsche or like a Alfa Romeo or some,
A Jaguar. What about a
1960s
Jaguar?
Jaguar,
Vintage Jaguar. I feel like a Jaguar would be
Aston
fitting.
Martin, but it has to be like in the 70s, like really old or 80s.
Yep. Classic.
classic
Brown-
James Bond, Aston
Brown
Martin.
gloves,
Yeah.
Aston Martin, perfect.
BB5.
Yep.
Or Ferrari Dino, 1971.
Oh.
Mm.
Like this. We got Perth being, oh boy, Perth up to his usual Perth way, saying Aventus for Aventi, the perfect for the perfect watch.
What a
LOL.
guy.
Come on, Perth.
No.
Should be banned for that.
Ooh, look at this. Monkey Seabird says too poor to pay up. What? What do you mean to pay up for what? I don't get it.
What's the how much is this? How much is this watch?
Retail
30.
is expensive. It's actually expensive though. It's like
It's not
30,
crazy
high
expensive.
30s.
Yeah.
No, it's actually pretty expensive. Hold on. Retail is expensive, but the gray market is not that expensive. Or not as expensive. Hold on, let me tell you.
There are overseas that are more than this.
It's 36,800
Yeah.
US.
Yeah,
That's
nothing.
expensive. That's not cheap. Oh, in what world
No.
is that cheap?
Yeah, but it's cheaper than most of the overseas today.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
those are 32,000 at retail though. Right. Logan Hall reminded me saying you could get two of them. You have $70,000. $1,000.
Yes.
All right. I think this is the last watch.
I
What does it
know.
say?
Oh my
Hey, what
God.
does it say? Fuck, Ari, you killed the punchline. I needed to have it at the end. You guessed
I knew you were going to do
You
this.
guessed it. What does this watch say about
You enjoy going to destination weddings and spelunking in caves in Venezuela.
That's not a bad take. That's not a bad take.
You
Okay.
enjoy Red Lobster.
Red Lobster.
Actually, that's a great answer.
Olive Garden. Olive Garden is
Yeah.
peak Italian food.
Yeah.
Do you think
Let's
Olive
say-
Garden is peak
Let's take
Italian food?
let's
Or
take my
Eastside Mario's.
let's take my girlfriend out for a
Eastside
nice
Mario's.
dinner.
Boom, bada bing, bada boom.
Let's we're not doing McDonald's today. We're gonna go for some fine
Right.
Fine dining,
Olive Garden,
baby.
fine
In
Olive
New York,
Garden,
we
and I'm
get
gonna put on my good
Breadsticks,
watch.
Yeah. No.
In New
Okay,
York,
let's
we
move
say,
on.
we're going to McDonald's, honey. I'm going to take you to
Yeah.
Blanc de Castile, a great
I have a
restaurant.
taste.
White Castle, the Belly
I have a
Bombers.
taste for eye fillet, but let's have a quarter pounder instead.
Look at this. SLC
This is like
watch
Pat's
purchases.
Blue Ribbon.
Screw you,
You
SLC.
need to buy
Screw you.
ASAP. Quit dragging your feet. And then we got Toyota Mo saying FOMO. Yes, absolutely. Fear of missing out. Let's be honest. How many times are we actually going to wear this piece?
Never.
I don't know. It's hard to see at least us wearing it when we have like nicer watches.
So that is the only thing that's stopping me.
Right.
Do I think it's a nice watch? Yeah, it's a great watch. But for me, it's like, when am I going to wear this? Is the big problem.
Actually, can I take back what I just like? This is somebody's first. Sorry, the Tudor Black Bay, in my opinion, is someone's first kind of luxury watch, or maybe the Speedmaster is either or. But I think this is somebody's first
Speedmaster, bro.
First, like mechanical watch. You want your first mechanical watch?
So you're in Hamilton territory here, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like a Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Ari, it's not when you're gonna wear this. It's when will you take off your Rolex to put on the Tissot. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, this is a gateway. This is a gateway drug, though. This is a gateway drug.
Yeah.
What
Somebody's first.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for a young person who wants a first watch, like they want to have a Swiss-made watch.
I'd rather
Jesus Christ, super chat.
Jesus, we got SLC watch collector with a $200.
Oh my!
Saying REG PRX.
He's asking Ari to shoot the lock off the wallet.
Alrighty. I guess I got to PayPal you in the morning. Jesus.
You're almost there. We're almost there.
Oh, I can get a discount.
I got to take out the taxes, take my 10% off the top. I got to skip none. But yeah, Ari, you got to get it now.
Where we go, where I meet you.
You really are Italian.
Tissot dealer.
Oh, it's true, right? It is true. Yes, in Laval, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
That's amazing.
SLC, I appreciate
That's
that.
amazing, SLC. That's amazing. Very generous.
The sweat is coming down now. The pressure is
the
on.
pressure is now. I actually have to go see this seriously at the AD. Fuck. Come on, SLC. That's not fair.
Yeah, you have to go look at this.
All right, Ari. Me and you have to buck up and actually go and look at it. What do you think? Go try it on.
Yeah,
we have to promise him at least one. Give him some.
How are these trading on the secondary? If there was
what secondary? They just came out, man.
Right, they just came out.
They're not leaking. They're not leaking out. Okay.
Not Tissot.
Oh
man, this is very generous, SLC.
Yeah, again,
very generous, very kind. But you know what? So I'll be serious about where PRX is very useful. So 1 second here. PRX is modern day Timex-Q. Yeah. So
no, it's better than the Timex-Q. Come on, Timex-Q is a soulless watch. It's quartz, isn't it?
So this is where I want to wear a decent mechanical watch, but I don't want to wear my Rolex.
Oh, yes. I got to do a poll. Perth wants a poll. Let's do a poll. Here we go. Should Ari get a PRX?
Should we purchase REG through Super Chats? Well, let's see if
a PRX.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let's see what happens.
Here we go.
We still have some time.
Wait, is there actually an answer? Here we go. It should be up. Let me see.
Should all right.
The poll is up. I believe it's up. Should be up. I've never done this before.
I voted no in my own poll.
Does this go? This watch could be. Look, it could be the destination wedding watch.
Yes.
It could be the go bag watch.
Ooh, the gym watch.
The gym watch. Well,
if you don't want to wear a G-Shock. Well, if you don't want to wear a G-Shock.
You want to wear something a little classier. Like, for example, for me, if I'm going on make a joke, but if I'm going on vacation and I want to wear a semi-nice watch, this is a semi-nice watch.
It's a destination wedding watch.
He's not. You know what? I'm going to give JJ this. It fits.
You know what? It's good in a suit. You get maybe because it has a quick change strap system. Maybe you get a leather strap for it.
Yes.
Look at this. Perth is having a field day. Voted yes. Thank you.
You made his day.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Yes, I agree. Love the 1921 full stop. 100%. We got Full On John saying Orient Kamasu was my gateway in May 2020. Now I own a no-date sub, Tudor Black Bay, and a date just 36 at my wallet. You know what? Full On John, Orient was my first mechanical watch. Did I ever show you guys? I think I showed you guys my first mechanical watch. Did I not? I think I did. Let me pull it up. It's a crazy.
Mine was a Tissot. It was a Tissot dress piece on a black leather strap, blue dial.
I don't know that actually.
Way back when. This is my first when I was a freshman in college.
Oh,
I got that watch, and
this brings back
I
memories.
lost it. I lost it in a week, in a bar.
Look at this. Here we go.
Fell right off my wrist, or it was grabbed off. I don't know which.
Don't ask me what I was thinking. You know what?
drunk.
I think it's the busyness of the style, actually. So again, I bought this. I knew nothing about watch. I had Armani's and Citizen. I wouldn't consider myself a watch collector then, right? But this was what started it all. This right here. My first mechanical watch. I mean, there's so much going on. There's a date wheel at 6 o'clock. There's that rotating outer bezel. I don't even know what the inner bezel or the outer bezel do. It's got a GMT at between, what is that, 9 and 10:30. You see that?
A wannabe Paddock Grand.
And it's got a power reserve indicator at 11 o'clock. It's so bad. I had to sell this. You know why? Because like you couldn't wind it to manual wind it, you know what I mean? So you had to like sit there and shake it for like 2 minutes to like get it started, and it was just when you stop wearing it, it gets very annoying.
You couldn't prime it?
No, you couldn't wind it.
Yeah, you couldn't prime it to start the automatic movement.
No, there was no it was bad. Look at that. Full on John is roasting me. What the fuck is that exactly? Yep. Oh boy! I mean,
175 Canadian for the tapisserie dial automatic Powermatic 80.
Ari, you got to shoot the lock off the wallet, buddy. It's that time.
I'll get you a better price, Ari. Don't worry. I go to my boy who's an 80.
I found a good price online. Basically, $8.50 Canadian, taxes in, all shipped for the blue dial.
Oh, I can do better than that for you, man. Come on, stop it. That's list.
Yeah. It's nice.
Just put the taxes off. It's $8.75.
83% say yes, Ari. It's not looking good.
It's not looking good.
The dial is really nice.
I'm sure I'll get it for you about 7, if not less.
We got AMG in the chat. Hello, AMG. Thank you.
So I'll say this on stream, Stefano. If that's the price you can get it for me. Get it for me for this dial. Do it. I'll PayPal you.
I'm not worried about you PayPaling me, man. Come on, your family. Relax. Let me get the freaking watch for you.
Oh shit! Look at this. We got the original legend.
Oh shit! We got the legend. Omar.
We got Omar with a $50 super chat. Omar, thank you.
I think we have a winner.
Yeah.
Ari is.
I think we pushed him over the edge.
Yeah, Ari, it's that time.
Yeah.
God damn it.
You're close. Look, I think your heart of hearts, you wanna pull the trigger, man.
Let me read this. Omar, $50 super chat. Thank you so much. It's very generous and very kind of you. Saying, shoot the lock off the wallet already, Ari. Oh, by the way, shout out to Omar, man. I appreciate you joining us. I appreciate the super chat, but I hope you're back, man. Omar, we need you back. It's not the same without the funny comments from Omar.
Where's the smart ass comments?
Yeah, we need the fucking smart aleck comments. You need the comedic relief every once in a while. Look at Bird. Oh my god. Bird's
and the advice on body scrubs.
Yes, and shaving soaps. Hey, Omar, don't neglect the shaving.
I was
soap.
wondering if you guys would you? I don't have body. Like, do you use loofahs? Like, what are they using for this? So that with the body scrubs.
Ooh.
What do you mean loofahs? Not loofah, man. The little scrubbies.
The little scrubbies, right? They're like
you buy them at Walgreens or CVS.
You mean a scrunchie, like one of those?
Yeah, I use a bar soap, man.
Well, a scrubby, guys. Come on.
I don't know. You guys are nuts. Ari said, or Toyomo says, Ari, I voted no. Sorry, everyone.
Oh man,
I got to be honest, Toyomo, I'm right there with you. Sorry, I voted no too. I'm just kidding.
Now he's got money though to buy one.
Right.
All right. Buy the quartz version for half price.
I did actually vote yes. No, I did.
But no tapisserie dial.
Ari's got
gotta have the tapisserie.
Can I just say?
Gotta have the look.
Rough couple of weeks for Ari. He had to eat the one chip.
He had
to eat the one chip. He's going to be eating the gummy bear. Who knows when, right? And he's going to spend $800.
I'm ready to donate if he eats the gummy.
Look at this. Peruka says, is REG really going to spend $500 for me? No, come on. It's actually a nice watch. It is.
You know what? Like I said, it's a nice watch. You know what? It's you know what? And yeah, there are times when I will wear it. It's just not an everyday wearer for me.
Right. There was that time. Here, let's end the poll. We got 27 votes.
Hey guys, we're getting a huge snowstorm.
Yeah, apparently Wednesday, Thursday, into Friday, it's going to be a mess here. Like a mess. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to hit Montreal or not, Marco.
Omar says, I'm back as of 12 hours ago, just in time for a huge snowstorm here in Detroit. I'm glad to have you back, man.
Yeah, it's a nor'easter, guys.
And he says, I know everything about body wash and shaving soaps. I'm a damn personal care savant. Hey, you know what?
He's looking at first I heard of Green Irish Tweed body wash.
Yeah, Green Irish Tweed body.
That's Irish Spring.
That was Spence, though. Didn't Spence show us that?
Was that Spence? I
think it was Spence. Yeah, you're confused.
I'm sure Omar knows of it as well.
We got Full On John with the $2 super chat saying thanks for the content. Well, thank you. Thank you for stopping by, man. I appreciate
what your friend Mike says, man.
Your friend Mike. I've seen the the PRX $450 at the Navy PX.
US.
At the PX,
yeah, that's US.
Yeah, that's Armed Forces.
Yep. Ooh, look at this. Per the saying, can I have your snowstorm? And says it's going to be 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh my God!
Oof.
What a difference.
And we got
sell your Rolex and buy an air conditioner.
Look at this picture.
Look at this. Anthony's spider monkey, and he's got Anthony Fair as the face of the spider monkey. By the way,
oh Jesus!
What's the story with that? One of his guys is selling spider monkeys. Is that true?
I have no idea.
It's turned into its own meme, out of control meme. I don't understand.
I have no idea what that is.
Spider monkeys are selling way above retail too.
Here we go.
Absolutely crazy.
But they're endangered, man.
The aftermarket on spider monkeys.
Well, hold on. You know what is selling hugely?
A monkey can rip your face off. You don't want to
actually have a dogs. Dogs are selling for big money, actually.
Oh yeah, and cats. Those hairless cats.
Huge money. Apparently, breeding animals is like a very profitable business right now.
Yeah, breeding animals is huge. Well, when the pandemic hit, everybody started.
Buying a dog
2, 3, 4 dogs.
Yeah.
So I guess it hasn't slowed
down.
I
have fish. If they die, God rest their soul, I flush them. They eat, they poop, they piss, all in the same tank.
Ooh, sweet tobacco.
Yep.
Look at this, 1812.
1812 body wash.
What is that?
We got some homework to do.
Is that Cremo stuff that was on the chat?
I don't know.
It was on Gentleman's Hangout. 1812.
You're gonna have to Google it. You're gonna have to Google it.
Bobby, Google it.
Your friend Mike says, "Does that spider monkey come with a box and papers?" I hope so. By the way,
yeah, it comes with a box you could put the monkey in.
I just want to say again, SLC, and thank you very much for the $200 super chat. That's extremely kind and generous. And Omar as well, $50. Yeah. Thank you very much. You guys are nuts. For a meme, I appreciate that. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, oh boy, it's good.
At least it wasn't like $2.83 like Ollie would do. Yeah. Oh man, poor Ollie. Ollie's been having a rough couple of weeks.
Yeah, poor guy. Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I'm gonna end.
Marco, $59.90, man. I'm in love with this watch, man. In love with this watch.
I'm sorry, man, but I fucking hate that watch. I don't like. Oh
my goodness!
I don't like the 90. I don't like the 5990. It's maybe my.
You don't like the subdials. That's why you like the 5712, don't you?
The 12 is my favorite.
Yeah, of course.
The 12 is my favorite.
I know you.
If I had to get one Nautilus, it's the 12. Yeah, the 5712. Okay, let's get this from Omar, and then we're gonna wrap this puppy up. Omar says now Cremo body wash is crap compared to the real good body washes. Get a molten brown sample set. They have awesome scents. There you go, Kat. Some homework for you.
Good advice. Good advice. Yeah, the Cremo, the shaving cream is crap. I don't use that either.
Yeah, I mean, when I wash myself, I use water
and soap.
And soap, right?
And so
a bar of soap.
What's soap? Yeah, no, of course.
Oh
of course,
shit! What's soap?
Oh, yeah, and soap. Shit. Yes.
Oh shit! Here we go. Omar with super chat $5 saying PRX automatic is available for $585 on Amazon. Do I get it? Absolutely. 100%.
That's US.
That's US. $585 US. Yes.
US.
Yeah. What's that in Canadian? Hold on. Well, Omar, why don't you go to like a Rolex, like a multi-brand AD,
like 720, 730,
and then ask them for a Panda Daytona after you get a PR. No, just kidding. Hold on. How much?
French Bulldogs are at $4,000 a pop. Yeah, I think that's probably.
Yeah, it's under retail. 740 is under retail. Yeah, I would buy it, Omar. Why not?
But the French Bulldog is trading over retail.
Where do you get French Bulldog?
On the chat, Anthony Spider Monkey.
Oh, our
French
4K
Bulldogs
plus.
are 4K
they're
plus.
expensive.
They're
All
over
dogs are
retail.
super expensive. But yeah, should you get it? 100%. Yes. Do get it, Omar. 1,000%. It's a great watch. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a great watch.
It is a great watch.
It's a good watch. It's a quality watch for the price point.
For the price, it's great. Yes. There you go. Guys, on that note, I'm going to wrap this show up. I want to thank REG. Thank you very much for joining. I appreciate it. We got the captain, the one and only, often replicated. No, he's never replicated, but never to be replaced. We got the one and only timely behavior. I don't know if he's frozen. Oh, he's not. Okay. He's been in the same pose.
I'm just not moving.
always bringing the fire.
What are you wearing there?
Look at that. He always has these beautiful vintage.
Langine's Conquest.
Beautiful. Beautiful watch. I really like it. It really
I
pops.
love it. Now, what's that's a re-edition, right? That Longines did, correct?
Yeah, this is the re-edition. I saw a original in the exact same format with a 12 o'clock date window.
Yeah.
But obviously it was in very poor condition, and I wanted one as new as possible. So, yeah.
Yeah, you get a vintage style with modern build quality. That makes sense.
I normally collect vintage pieces. I normally collect vintage pieces, but I couldn't find one in as good condition, and the movement on the old ones, they don't last as good.
Oh, you can't be fucking serious.
What?
McLovin says Google announces stock split. Fuck, that's... Oh my god, dude. See, I bought Amazon stock praying for a stock split. Oh, you can't be fucking serious.
Doesn't matter. You could buy it tomorrow morning.
They're up 10% in the aftermarket. Oh, come on.
That's the way the stock splits.
Dude, PayPal just took a fucking beating. I'm gonna be crying tomorrow morning. They're down like 18% in the. Man. Oh my god.
Shouldn't have listened to you guys, man. I don't
Google. Like the stock market at all.
I fucking love Google.
Hey, Marco, can I throw in a quick before we close out a bonus watch just to bring my screen up?
By the way, I just want to bring this up. I totally agree with Totomo. If your Rolex AD sells Tissot, it's worth buying from them. Get the brownie point, 100%.
So what does this say about you?
What is this shit?
So we're talking about a Daytona dial, like a platinum Daytona dial with a Yachtmaster bezel.
Yachtmaster 2.
I think it says awful. It's garbage.
Look at the one underneath the Sword
a fool and his money are easily parted. That's what it says. Right?
Look at the Rafael Nadal on the bottom there.
Yeah. Jesus.
Look at this. Omar, Google 20-1 split trading it. Why can't Amazon split their fucking stock?
They will. Don't worry. They will.
What's Amazon waiting for? Fucking hell. I lost my shirt on Amazon.
For you to sell.
God damn it, man. I've been losing my shirt. Amazon is down so much fucking money. Fuck.
Yeah, I hold some Amazon in my retirement.
Yeah, account. I mean, it's not that bad. I'll just buy and hold. That's it.
Just Amazon will be fine.
Everything has gone crap.
You got to hyper diversify. Just be hyper diversified. Right.
At least the small cap is coming back. They've been getting crushed, man. The last few weeks.
It's a good thing you're not close to retirement, Marco. But you got some time to make up for it.
My time horizon is huge. I'll be okay. Alrighty. By the way, Toyota always says later, fellas. Remember to upvote on your way out. Appreciate it. We got Design, I tell you, in the chat saying greetings from Aruba. He's saying upvoting before I go to sleep. Thank you very much. Guys, greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to drop the link one more time in the chat if you guys want to join the after show. I appreciate you all for stopping by. Again, Ari, we got the Wizard, Captain, and Timely, who just departed us. Thank you very much for joining me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And, of course, well, look at this. Omar, to end the show, he bought the PRX.
All right.
And, of course, guys, you got to wear your watches. This is what it's all about. Congrats to Omar on the new watch purchase. And Omar, I expect you on the next Friday stream. I want to hear some fragrance talk. Omar is
Omar is looking good.
He's a fragrance whore
and smelling good.
He's looking good, smelling good, and he's got Canadian. He's looking good and smelling good. There you go. Alrighty, guys, take care.